One of my viewers asked about checking for charge and ground, etc. And I decided just to show how I put the new battery in, ran some ground, and also my basic electronic kit. Okay, so there's a new battery in there. First thing I did was I put a belt around it so I could pick it up and put it down without breaking my back. I bought two new cables. These are about 3 feet long. One of them, this one goes to the starter, and this one goes to the block. It's the ground. I also ran a secondary ground, which you can see here, which is this braided wire, which is recommended. And I just screwed it right into a bolt here, and you can see it's all scrubbed and clean, so I have a really good connection. Now this is a ground wire that I ran to the regulator when I put a new regulator in, because they're known for having ground problems. That's recommended. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, now here's my basic toolkit. This is what I used. Of course, I have my diagram, which is worth its weight in gold. I have a link to that in one of my other videos. Okay, so I got some cutters, some tape. This tape is a heat-resistant tape. So if you have a wire running near the radiator or something like that, or you can use that. All the connectors, different connectors. Now, when I have to run new wires, what I would do, let me see if I got one handy here. Here it is. If I was running a connector to the starter or the coil, I would use these, where is it? Where is it? There it is. These type connectors, you know, instead of just wrapping around the thing because they come loose. If you look in there, you can see where I soldered it. It's recommended. So everything's tight. Okay, these are fuses and light bulbs that I collected. I also have the fuse puller, which you go in there and you can pull it like that, which is something. I mean, shit, it's the wrong end. You pull it like this. You get the idea. You can pull it out. That way you don't break the fuse and have glass in your fingers and on the fuse box. Let me show you real quick now what I'm talking about in here, about running that secondary ground. Okay, you see that white wire with the yellow on it? That's the wire that runs around into the battery. So you want to do that to make sure you have a good ground. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to troubleshoot the alternator real quick. Now what you want to do, so I'm using my voltmeter, which is the only two tools I have, is a voltmeter and a test light. Okay, I'll turn the voltmeter on. Okay, you can see voltmeter is reading 0. Okay, down there you can see the alternator. There's a wire that has yellow on it coming off. That's the charge wire out of the alternator. So if you take your test probe here and you put it on that wire, which I'm doing right now. Let me see if I can get it. You get the idea. I'm going to put it on that bolt. You can see it's reading 12.4. Okay, now I'm going to start up the engine. Alright, now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to put this thing down there on the yellow. Okay, that means obviously charging. Alright, make sure you have a good ground on that. So anyway, that's how I did it. Now this test light, have that grounded. This is, you know, you're checking circuits. That's going to the coil. You see it lights up. That's the really basic way of checking that charge. I hope it's helpful, everybody. Any more questions? Fire away.